take it away.
Perfect. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Design Your Life with Career Services. My name is Leticia DeLeon, and I'm here today with two other career peer mentors, my supervisor, Liz, and Katie, who is our marketing coordinator. We also have two ACEs on this event tonight. So Liz, our supervisor, and a couple other people will be monitoring your attention and participation for tonight. So just some formalities for today. Please make sure you're logged into your authenticated Zoom account with either Pathway eligible Zoom event and to get Path credit. Please make sure you're muted throughout the whole entire event unless we ask you to mute yourselves. Make sure you're individually logged in and you must be fully engaged. If you have any questions about getting Path credit, please ask the ACEs. Just a little background on career services. Student Employment and the Employment Engagement Center will be open on appointment-only basis throughout the regular office hours, as stated below. You can also reach the career services at the phone number and email below. Just to talk a little bit about some of the services that we do have at the Employer Engagement Center is if you need a private room to do interviews with like a professional background, please feel free to call in and make an appointment with the Employer Engagement Center, and that'll be a perfect time for you to like relax and be able to conduct your interviews like formally through Zoom. So next, I'm going to be talking about the career advisors. There's 5 wonderful career advisors here to like talk to you about any career related issues or questions that you do have. Lisa Witt, Shirley Favors, Liz Seeger, Matt Little, and Lisa Warren. So these 5 people can help you with any questions, but they are liaisons for the schools within the university. So they are attached below who they will be talking to based on their majors. And to talk a little bit about myself, my name is Leticia DeLeon. I'm a career peer mentor, and I'm a junior from Bethesda, Maryland. I'm majoring in international business management with a concentration in global markets. And a couple of organizations that I am a part of is I'm president of Delta Sigma Pi, and I'm also a sales associate at The Chill. Some internships that I've had in the past is for the past 2 summers, I have been an intern at the National Cancer Institute as a junior management specialist. And to change it up this summer, I'm going to be part of the Ohio Export Internship Program.
Hello, everyone. My name is Max DiGiacomo. I'm a junior, and I'm from Avon, Ohio. I'm a management information systems major. On campus, I'm involved in Epsilon Nu Tau, which is the entrepreneurship fraternity on campus. And some of the internships that I participated in was the T3 Accelerator internship, which is put on by the Entrepreneur Center. And then this summer, I'm working for the Air Force in contracting, which will be based at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jamie Mcvain. I'm a junior from Detroit, Michigan. I'm majoring in marketing with a concentration in digital marketing. I'm a part of Theta Phi Alpha on campus, and in previous years, I've served as their philanthropy chair, and this year I'm going to be their treasurer. And some internships and other work experience I've had is for Bill Highway, and then I've also done some freelance graphic design and social media work for some local Detroit small businesses.
So us 3 career mentors have drop-in hours Monday through Friday, 12:15 to 3 p.m. And then you can go to the Career Services website. That'll be on the next slide, where you can go onto Career Services website, scroll down, and then you can look for the virtual drop-in hours, and then click the Zoom link below. So what do we do as career peer mentors? So we have drop-in hours as stated before. They are done in 20-minute intervals, and you can either make an appointment through Handshake or you can just hop on the Zoom call. So there's a variety of services that we can do. So resume and cover letter assistance. So you can come into the drop-in hours and then you can share your screen and we can walk through step by step what you can improve upon depending on format, or if you need to improve upon your action statements. We can also help you find an on-campus job. So we go on Handshake, look how to filter all your searches for jobs, and then we can go through the interview process. We can also help with navigating Handshake, like building up your profile. We can also assist with LinkedIn, finding jobs and building your profile as well. and under other general questions about like the interview process. But if there's at times that we believe that a career advisor might be might fit your service better, we recommend to make an appointment with them. So we also do an electronic resume review. So instead of coming into your drop-in hours, you can go on Handshake, upload your resume, and then request that some of us review your resume, and we'll leave comments in the comment section on Handshake. So either I, Jamie, Max, or Susan Lucking will review them, and the turnaround time is pretty fast. So we'll do that between 3 to 5 business days. And we highly recommend coming in person because then we can like actually focus on the nitty gritty. But if you seem like you don't have time, then it's best to do electronic resume review. So we're going to go step by step on how to schedule an appointment on Handshake. So you log in on Handshake, and once you've reached the home page, you're going to click on the Career Center on the right-hand corner. Next, you're going to find and scroll to Appointments and click that on the left-hand side. Once you do that, you're going to be brought to a new page where you have to schedule a new appointment. From there, there's going to be a long list for you to choose a different category. So for example, I'm a junior, so I'm going to click the junior button. Next is the different appointment types. So in red, you're going to see that drop-in hours are for career peer mentors. As we cited before, they're drop-in hours, and there's 5 different things we can help you with. If you do need a time with a career advisor instead, they have 1-hour appointment slots, and it's everything underneath in blue. We also have a new thing called on-demand drop-in hours. This is a new appointment type for career advisors only, so they will occur on Fridays. There are 8-time slots lasting 30 minutes, and they become available on Wednesday. So if it seems like the career advisors have really full blocks and you can't find an appointment for weeks, it's best to check in on Wednesdays and see if you can find a 30-minute slot for Fridays. Next, you will see that there's click-through dates on the top-hand page, and underneath you'll see that based on the date, you'll see that there are available people. So it's Jamie and I for January 19th. So Jamie had an appointment availability for 12:15, and you can scroll through and find who you want to like make an appointment with and what time is most suitable for you. This is the last page that you're going to see. You're going to see the appointment method for career peer mentors. It's going to be a Zoom. And then for career advisors, it's either going to be a Zoom or phone call. But please make sure that you fill in the section at the bottom and let us know what you need from us to help us prepare and look up some tools and stuff for you already. And plus request when you're done. Does anybody have questions or concerns? And Liz, do you have any from the chat?
Nope, we're quiet in the chat for right now.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
What happens in a career advising appointment? You have the opportunity to schedule a one-on-one appointment with one of our career advisors, schedule an appointment with a career peer mentor, or join our drop-in hours. I bold the things that the 3 of us career peer mentors have been trained to help students with. One of the things that you can get help with during an appointment with a career advisor is choosing a major. According to the National Center for Education Statistics, about 80% of college students change their major at least once. So whether you're a freshman or junior, choosing a major or even changing your major does not have to be a stressful decision. Our career advisors are here to help you make a decision. Exploring or identifying your career path or occupation. Our career advisors can help you figure out your future by identifying potential career paths. There are many great in-demand jobs out there that you do not learn about in the classroom. Find out what paths fit your skills and interests and take the next step in your career. Using Handshake. Handshake is one of the best resources available to UD students. Handshake can help you find jobs, internships, and learn more about specific companies and career paths. You can also see upcoming events and schedule an appointment with a career advisor. This is also a great networking tool. You can network with other UD students and even students from other colleges. If you want to work for a specific company, you may be able to network with people who worked at that company. Finding an on-campus job. Handshake is a great tool for finding an on-campus job. I actually found and got multiple jobs on Handshake, including my current job with Career Services. On-campus jobs are a great way to build your resume, learn new skills, and make some money. Learning about career-related resources. One of the great career-related resources available to students is the Focus Assessment. Focus is a user-friendly, self-paced online career and education planning tool for college students. It will enable you to self-assess your personal qualities and explore career fields and major areas of study that are most compatible with your personality and interests. Students who use Focus make better decisions about their goals and plans and learn how to self-manage their careers. Another useful resource is What Can I Do with This Major? Learn typical career areas and types of employers that hire in those fields, as well as strategies to make you a more marketable candidate. There's also the ONET. ONET Online has detailed descriptions of the world of work for use by job seekers, workforce development, and HR professionals, as well as students, researchers, and more. These are only some of the many resources available to you. These resources and others can be found on the Career Services website. Go to the Students tab and then select Choosing a Major or Career, then scroll down to the bottom of the page and you'll find resources there. Experiential learning opportunities. Looking for an internship or co-op can be a stressful endeavor. Career advisors can help you find opportunities to advance your career and take the next step in your professional life. So whether you're a freshman or senior, it is never too early or too late to find an internship or co-op opportunity. Personalized job search strategy. Our career advisors can assist you with creating a personalized job search. Our advisors will help you build a list of target companies that you would like to work for. Use networking to gain connections at those target companies. Most importantly, the career advisors will get to know you, which is key to understanding places that will fit your personality and skill set. Resume and cover letter writing. Whether you're creating a resume or cover letter for the first time or need another set of eyes to look over your documents, our career peer mentors and career advisors can help you present the best version of yourself and your experiences. A lot of people have a resume but choose to overlook the cover letter part of the application. Creating a strong cover letter increases your chances of getting a job or internship and shows the company who you are and why you're interested in the position. Interviewing skills. Creating a strong cover letter and resume could lead to getting selected for an interview. Our career advisors can help you to prepare for an interview no matter what the interview is for. Preparation is key to a successful interview, but there are many components of your interview that can help you land the job. Networking skills. Our career advisors and career peer mentors can also help you create a strong LinkedIn profile. LinkedIn is the best networking tool in my opinion and has helped me grow my network exponentially over the past few years. Networking isn't just sending somebody a request to connect with them. It is about building relationships with other like-minded professionals. Networking cannot be stressed enough when it comes to finding a job or internship. Face-to-face networking is another important skill to learn and will prepare you for company events and career fairs, among other things. Networking is an art that you can learn to help bolster your career. Salary negotiation and job offer decision-making. According to a 2018 survey by Robert Half, only 39% of workers tried to negotiate for a higher salary during their last job offer. This number should be much higher. Nobody wants to work for less money than they're worth. It's important to know your worth and have a solid idea of the salary that you're looking for out of a position. Career advisors can help you learn skills related to salary negotiation and help you gain an idea of the amount you should be looking for. They can also help you decide on whether or not to accept a job offer. Taking a new job is a big commitment, and there should be a great deal of thought put into your decision related to a job offer. Graduate school advising. Graduate school, like your undergraduate education, is a big commitment. Career advisors can help you find schools that have the program that you're looking for and find schools that you would enjoy attending and thrive at. Anything else a student needs for discerning life after college? If you need help with something else not previously mentioned, feel free to reach out to Career Services. So here we have some of our upcoming programs and events. We have our virtual career fair going on from February 8th to 10th. On February 8th, we have our Science, Information Technology, and Healthcare Day. Some of the companies taking part in that day are the Cleveland Clinic, Mercy Health, Premier Health, Dayton Freight, the U.S. Department of State, among other companies. February 9th, we had our Engineering, Research, and Sustainability Day. Some of the companies attending are Cargill, Honda, Johnson & Johnson, Emerson, and many others. February 10th, we have our Communication, Creative, Business, and Human and Public Services Day. Some companies attending are Aldi, Cohen & Company, DHL, Fifth Third Bank, KeyBank, and many others. So all of these will be, you'll have to register through Handshake, and you make sure to check to see if this is a group event or a one-to-one event at the career fair. Then we have our Jcpenney Suit Up. So the Jcpenney Suit Up will offer discounts on professional attire. So you want to look good for your virtual interviews. Just because it's virtual does not mean that you can wear a t-shirt. Professional attire will be long lasting for going to the office for your jobs or internships. This event will be running from January 26th through 28th. Next slide, please. And here we have some of our other programs and events that are path eligible. We have the Power of Handshake on January 21st, your first college resume on January 25th, resumes done right on January 27th, internships and job search strategy on January 28th, virtual career fair prep on February 2nd, navigating virtual career fairs on February 3rd, virtual interview success overview on February 11th, virtual interview practice session on February 12th, habits of vocational discovery on February 15th, Got You Covered, writing winning cover letter on February 16th, the Chicago-based job search on February 18th, creating a better LinkedIn profile on February 22nd, using LinkedIn in the job search on February 24th. And student employment. There are many benefits to working on campus, such as the flexibility of these positions, filling up your free time, establishing accountability as a professional, and earning some extra money. Most important reason for working on campus is to gain transferable skills that can help you build your resume and find jobs after graduation. Some skills that almost every job gives you are teamwork, time management, and communication skills. The best and easiest way to find on-campus employment opportunities is through Handshake. Find these opportunities, click on the Jobs tab, which is on the left-hand side of the homepage of Handshake. Once you are there, there's a filter for on-campus opportunities, which I have shown on the screen. If you have a specific job you're looking for, you can enter the job ID in the search bar and find it that way. A lot of the jobs will have some sort of requirement, such as your GPA or major. If you do not meet these requirements, it is okay to still apply. Make sure to attach your resume and cover letter. Writing a cover letter is especially important if you do not meet the job requirements. Make sure to explain why you're interested in the position and how you can meet the needs of the employer. Make sure that the documents you are uploading are in an acceptable format, such as PDF or Word document. You can also withdraw your application if you change your mind about the position or have already found work elsewhere. You can view the status of your application by clicking on Applications from the left-hand side navigation. This will show you a list of jobs you've applied for and will tell you if your application is still pending or whether you have been declined or hired. Feel free to reach out to somebody if you have not heard back about the position. The job will likely have an email contact to reach out to on the Handshake listing. Please allow the department at least 2 weeks after the position is closed before contacting them about your application status. Some other information to note about student employment is that all jobs are posted for a minimum of 10 days. You can have more than one on-campus job. You can work up to 20 hours per week. And if you're hired for a position, you will need to complete tax forms, direct deposit, and an I-9. And finally, there's no limit to how many positions you apply for. Some of you may be eligible for federal work study. You can learn if you're eligible by checking your FAFSA, which is the pre-application for federal student aid. If you're eligible, you have the opportunity to work off campus at a community partner agency. Most partners are within 1 mile of campus and often pay higher wages. View federal work study opportunities on Handshake. Click on Jobs and Internships in the left-hand side navigation. If you know the job number, you can type it into the search box. If you do not know the job number, you can click on Show Advanced Options. And under Categories, you'll click on Work Study. Next up, we have the Flyer First Destination Survey. Flyer First Destination Survey is a great tool available to UD students. You can look at information for all UD undergraduate or graduate students, or look at information specific to your college or school, such as arts and sciences, education and health sciences, business, or engineering. What does the Flyer First Destination Survey tell you? So one figure that the Flyer First Destination Survey gives you is the success rate, which is the percentage of graduates working in their desired field. It also gives the total number of responses and knowledge rates, which are important to understand and interpret the data in the survey. Also, it gives you a percentage and numerical breakdown of employed graduates, those going to graduate school, interning, among other things. The Flyer First Destination Survey also provides a full list of employers that graduates are working for. This is helpful because it can help you find a list of employers that are hiring UD grads and students with your same major. Experiential education is another facet of the survey. It gives you the percentage of and number of graduates who participated in experiential education opportunities, such as internships, on-campus jobs, co-ops, and other opportunities. This survey also gives you the low, high, and average salary of graduates in a specific major. Also provides the employers of graduates the location of their jobs and the specific job that they took with the company. This makes the survey very helpful for things such as salary negotiations, networking, and discovering a specific career path. Survey also provides the number and percentage of students who attended graduate school within your college. It shows the undergraduate major of each student going to graduate school and where they will be attending graduate school. It also shows the specific degree that each student will be pursuing in graduate school. Flyer First Destination Survey is an extremely useful tool that I would recommend everyone uses at some point. The survey can be found at the bottom of the Career Services homepage. Something to note is that the data currently found is for the class of 2019. Data for the class of 2020 should be out by the end of February. And then here we just have a little look at the Flyer First Destination Survey. You'll see in the left-hand column, you have the low salary of accounting major. On the right-hand side, we have the high salary of an accounting major, and then the middle is average. Then also on the left column is the employer that hired a graduate, where they took the position and the position that they took with the company. Are there any questions?
If there's no questions from the chat or from the audience, we're going to move on to the next section, and we're going to talk about Handshake and its different resources that we offer UD students. So first, we're going to talk about why we use Handshake. The employers that we have on Handshake are actively seeking out University of Dayton students. We also have more resources available that I'm going to talk to you all about. This is also catered towards university students, and we have more secure job postings, which means you're less likely to find unsecure or fraudulent job postings on the website. So to really talk about how Handshake can serve you more, it begins with maximizing your profile. This includes uploading your journey, education, experience, also things such as like a profile picture and relevant documents. You'll see this picture on the left-hand side. My profile is 100% complete because I've uploaded all the necessary information. And you can also adjust your visibility on Handshake to include employers, students, and alumni. And the reason why we encourage you to do this is because it expands your reach outside Ohio and common Dayton hubs, such as Chicago or Pittsburgh. Next, we're going to talk about your career interests and job alerts and why it's important to set these up. So this is just a screenshot from the questionnaire that asks you about your career interests, and it asks you what specific industries you're interested in. For me, as a marketing major, some of the most important things I checked off were design and also advertising, PR, and marketing. And the reason why we ask you to go through and do this is because by setting up your career interests and job alerts, you're able to select the criteria for jobs based on the job type and also concerning your location and roles that you're interested in. And then you can also be alerted when jobs that fit this criteria are uploaded into Handshake via email, text, or in-app notification. And another interesting thing that this can do is recommend jobs to you based on your activity or jobs that are popular within your major. And these jobs are full-time, on-campus, internship, entry level. There's a lot of different criteria you can select to really get jobs that are fit for you. Another thing you can do with Handshake is engage with employers. We really recommend that you follow different employers on Handshake because then you can receive notifications from them when they are posting jobs and you're even coming to job fairs. And this is also a great tool for you to do company research. And by company research, we mean you can message with employers and recruiters and even engage with other students and alumni who have worked for a specific company. We call this networking between alumni and students, we call peer-to-peer learning, and it's one of the most popular and interesting tools that we have to offer you. We also have a bunch of other different resources located under our Career Center. If you click the Resources tab, this includes a collection of articles, some even written by our own staff that can be very useful for you when exploring Handshake and conducting a job search. The next thing that you can do is under the Employers tab is conduct company research. You can start this by looking at your company description, and you can also look at other students who have worked for this organization. You're able to view their profile and see if you would be a good fit based on their experiences and skills. And you can even message students to ask them about their experience. And however, the most important thing to remember when you're conducting company research is to ask yourself, is this a good fit for me? So this is just a screenshot from the Students tab within Handshake. As you can see, it just pulls up a list of students from a wide range of different universities, and you can see which university they went to, what year they are in their graduation year. You can also see things such as their majors. You can see for me what it recommends right off the bat is a bunch of marketing and management majors, just because that's similar to what I do. And then I can see the different roles that they hold, any organizations and jobs. And we also have this filters tab here on the left, which can be very useful because you can search for a specific student. You can sort by University of Dayton students only if you only want to talk to alumni. You can also sort by things such as class or major to really find people who you think will help you the most. So also under the employers tab, I just brought up a screenshot of a company that I think everyone should look up when you're looking for great examples in Handshake, and that's Target. So some really great tools that you can use for company research with Target is looking at their reviews and interviews. And the reason why I recommend looking at Target is because they have over 500 reviews and over 400 interviews, which we're going to look at next. So this is Victoria, and she interned with Target in Nashville in the summer of 2019. We can see that she's a senior majoring in business administration from Townsend University, and some of her job roles involved experimental projects. It was impactful for the employer. She worked with a team on a variety of events. And what she told us about her experience at Target was what she liked about having a lot of different responsibilities, some things that she wished was different, and some advice that she would give to other people who would come to work at this company. We can see that 2 people found this to be helpful, and we even have this little blue box in the lower right-hand corner, which means that she's open to communication, so we can ask Victoria about her experience if we would like to. I also talked about how Handshake has more secure job postings, so we can also see a little flag next to her blue conversation box. So if we find anything that would be concerning, we could also go to flag and report that to Handshake, and they can take care of it. Next, we have Heather, who is an executive team leader for Target, and she told us a little bit about her interview experience. So we were actually able to see what her interview process was like. She had 3 rounds of interviews, and we could even see a question that she was asked in her interview, which was, if you could give yourself a handshake, what would it be? And we can see that 4 people found this to be helpful. So this is just a brief overview of Handshake, and if you'd like to learn more, tomorrow we're actually doing another PathPoint event called The Power of Handshake, where the career advisors will be going in depth on how Handshake can really be useful to you. But another resource I'd really like to talk about is Flyer Connection. And this is a resource where you can connect with alumni all over the world through a flash mentoring service, or you could get paired with your own personal mentor in the alumni mentoring program. So along with getting matched with the mentor, you can also explore the community based on your major and job industries that you're interested in, and you can even join groups based on this same criteria. There's almost 2,000 alumni within Flyer Connection, so you can expand your network and you can get industry experience, and some are even open to job shadows. The most important thing to remember is that these are alumni who want to help you. Over the long break, I actually used Flyer Connection in depth, and I had multiple Zooms with alumni in my area and then also in other locations I'm thinking of moving to after graduation. And it was so nice to just meet with other people and set up job shadows and just hear their advice and their experience and what they'd want a current flyer like me to know. So we also have some other professional development to talk to you about. If you're struggling with interview preparation, a great tool that we have available to you is Big Interview. This is a resource that all of the career peer mentors used in our own interview process with career services. And an overview of this service is you're able to log on with your University of Dayton login information, and you're able to record yourself answering commonly asked interview questions, and it can actually give you a score and recommendations of what you can do to make your interview process stronger and things that make this better for you. We also have resume and cover letter templates available on our website. If you're struggling to get started with that, you can also come and talk to us in office hours. Like Max talked about, we also have career fairs and graduate fairs every year where you can connect with alumni and employers during these events and get networking. And a new thing that we're offering with our career peer mentors is you can contact career services to do a resume review night with your club or organization.
Hey, Jamie,
Yes.
we have, not to interrupt you, but we have an excellent complex question. So, so you ready?
Yes.
Okay. What is the comparison between Flyer Connection, Handshake, and LinkedIn's alumni connections? Which is best?
That's really hard to say. I think I'm a little bit biased because I've had the best experience so far with Flyer Connection, just because this is alumni who want to mentor you and like want to sign up and help current students like us. I've really had a pleasant experience with them. So I would recommend like every flyer get involved and find flyers in your area who you didn't really know about, or just people who can help you answer questions.
Do-
So is there anything you'd like to add on to that?
Well, I want to see if Max and Leticia want to weigh in if we want to have a debate. Do they have something to say about Handshake or even LinkedIn?
I feel like I've had other friends who have done the Flyer Connection and they've had the same exact experience as Jamie. These individuals who do sign up for the Flyer Connection program are more than likely to come and help you. I feel like with LinkedIn or Handshake, you have to go out of your way, out of your comfort zone to like reach them, because more than likely they might not really want to help, like not in a bad way, but they might not have time to be able to help you, or they're not in the position to help you. So I think Flyer Connection, it's more like the people that do sign up for it are more willing to help you than the other two options.
And I'm going to weigh in on Handshake. Oh, Max, you go first.
I would agree. I would just say like if you're looking to work for like a specific company, then LinkedIn will work best. But like Flyer Connection, there's just a very high likelihood that you'll like form a relationship with that person and they'll be able to help you out. But like I said, like LinkedIn was good for looking up specific companies.
That's great advice from all three of you. I'm going to give a pitch for Handshake. Kind of know your goal when you're networking, because one of the things I like about Handshake is, remember Jamie showed you that you can find students that have worked at employers that you're following and you can get feedback from them. If you need something really quick, like you don't quite have time to send that message out to do that connection, and maybe you're looking for some interview information, remember the students she showed you where they'll give you one interview question that they were asked. Look at a whole bunch of students. It helps you collect a number of questions. So if you have something really specific, especially interview advice and culture advice, and you needed it like 3 o'clock in the morning, use Handshake, because you'll be able to look at some student profiles and get some information. So I have another really good question. Does the interview prep grader, which is big interview, I think we're the person asking the question is talking about big interview, work for grad school admission questions in addition to just job interview questions? And I can take that if the three of you want me to, but let me see what you guys have to say.
Liz, I think you're the best person to answer that, just because my only experience with Big Interview was applying for an on-campus job. So I'm going to hand that one over to you.
Okay, the answer is yes. That you would not believe the depth and breadth of questions that are in Big Interview. And yes, there are quite a few for preparing for graduate school admission questions for you to practice. And career advisors are also happy to do like real life people mock interviews with you for graduate school admissions interviews.
I'll also add that like Big Interview is perfect because now I've noticed more and more companies are doing like a screening process that you do these type of interviews that you talk to like a screen and answer questions instead of actually interviewing with an actual person first. So it's very good practice. It's exactly what you're going to do with a lot of these like large corporations that are trying to get people out of the ranks really quickly. So definitely practice on that one. And it just has a lot of like videos as well that I've gone through, and it's really great.
Okay.
Let's take a brief break from questions, just because I'm sure people are curious as what this resource document is. So if anyone was curious and already scanned this QR code, This is a resource document. We threw a lot of information at you in the past, like half an hour about. So if you go ahead and scan this code, it'll take you to a Google Doc, which will download directly to your Google Drive. And it's full of resources and links to everything that we talked about today. So if there's something that you're really interested in, but you might have forgotten the name of, everything will be in here. So you can go back and just explore and experiment and see like which resources we have will work the best for you. So I will give everyone an extra minute to go ahead and scan this, and we can continue with any questions from the chat or the audience. Are we all through with questions from the chat?
No, we got 2 more.
Okay.
Okay. When you say, oh, everybody's really curious about Flyer Connections, which is a wonderful thing. When you say alumni will help us on Flyer Connections, what kind of help can they give us?
There's a wide range of help that the alumni can give you on Flyer Connection. I've met so many alumni who will really bend over backwards for just like future flyers who really want to get out there and explore industries they're interested in. So you can request like Zoom calls for like networking advice. If you have questions about like their company that you might be applying for, if you are interested in a job they have and you'd like to learn more about it. If there's a flyer in an area, you can come and job shadow them for a day and just really see what a day in the life of being a lawyer or being a social media marketer is like, which I think is like a really great resource. And there's just so many alumni who are willing to help you. And if you visit the website, I'm sure it'll give you a lot more of like the different resources and services that they have. But those are just the ones that I'm thinking of off the top of my head.
All right. So here's another question. This person seeking best advice that we can offer for preparing for a last minute interview. So a company near Dayton has asked to interview them as soon as next week. And what advice can we offer? So have the 3 of you ever encountered this? Got to drop everything and get ready? Okay, what say you?
The biggest thing I would say, I've had a lot of last minute interviews that have occurred to me in the past. The best thing is like to search up like the most common interview questions that do occur, and like kind of run through those ones and like kind of see if there's other ways they can ask those same questions, but like tweak it in a way that might confuse you a little bit. But the best thing to do is just like go over it in front of a mirror, like talk to yourself, go through it, run through it. But I think the most important part of an interview is getting your elevator pitch down so you're confident and you start right away, introducing yourself, telling them about your background experience. And the biggest thing also that some people do forget is have like really strong questions to close out your interview. Some people have some weak questions like, salary or which are important, but there's some other ones that you could ask like what it does a successful intern look like to you? That is like a question a lot of like interviews do love for someone to ask, because you're kind of interviewing them at that point. So I think that's another resource is like the beginning and the end. But I bet Jamie and Max can add a little bit more to like the middle stuff.
Yeah, I'll just add like how important like researching the company is. You should try to like know as much as like someone who's actually working at that company by the time that you're interviewing them. And like Leticia mentioned, like interviews are a two-way street. Just try to find like something you have in common with the person that's interviewing you. You can try to look them up on LinkedIn, and just if you have something and find something in common with them, you'll just find the interview just goes a lot smoother. So just researching and trying to find something in common with the person interviewing you are some great tips I would pitch in.
One more thing I'd like to touch on is I remember going to a presentation with Matt Little about 2 years ago, and 2 of the most important things I remember to this day is he told me always ask if there is alumni that you can connect with from their company and when are they coming to your campus. So if you are meeting them like via Zoom or have a Skype interview, See if you can meet them face to face and really get a feel for like that company culture and the type of person that works for this company. A rule out is just as good as a rule in, and you want to make sure that you are getting the experience that you want out of a job or an internship. So that would be my best advice. And always ask questions. Always have questions to ask during an interview.
And I'll just add, as you're preparing for this interview, you've got the weekend coming up. Find someone, your roommate, your mom, the dog, somebody that you can practice your answering your interview questions out loud. Because the way we organize our responses in our head is very different when we actually start speaking. So kind of get used to talking the talk about your skills and your tell me about yourself and your questions and the research you know. And even if you just do it for an hour, you go into that interview next week and you're going to feel a lot more confident when you're talking to someone.
Also, this is a great opportunity to try out Big Interview, since they'll ask you interview questions on the spot and you can practice your answers.
Definitely. We have another flyer connection question. So on flyer connections, can we see what companies the alumni work for?
Yes. You can see their position and what company they work for.
Okay. All right. I don't have any new questions, but come on, there's like 500 of you and you're asking amazing questions. So we have a little time left that we can address some of your questions, and it's really good for you to get the career peer mentor perspective. You don't need to hear from me. I talk all the time.
I also just want to keep putting a plug in for like the career peer mentors. Like definitely do come in, like don't be shy. Like we're students just like you guys. We just have been trained on these things like to know how to answer your questions. But like we're more than willing to spend like 20 minutes with you to talk about it. You can come in multiple times, people have. So like don't be shy about it, like have extra eyes come into it. And then if you still feel like you need more help than like what we gave you, then definitely go to your career advisor. But like don't be shy for these services. Like these are free to you as a student. And even alumni still come in and like send in resumes that we have to look over. So definitely like make sure you use this resource.
Mm-hmm. And always remember that this is a lifetime service. So anytime throughout your career, if you have questions or if you just want like a resume review or just have like any basic questions, like the University of Dayton Career Services will be open to you.
And Leticia and Jamie make a really good point. Sometimes students think that if they're not very far along in their job search, or their resume's not quite done right, that, you know, we're kind of like, we're going to bite you. But this is our job. Our job is to see where are you in this process and how can we help you continue to move forward. We're really, really very nice about it. I promise. So we have a couple more questions. Let me see. How can we make our handshake profile stand out to employers looking on the website?
I would say that starts with like making sure your profile is 100% complete. When that profile is 100% complete, you're more likely to show up in searches and just like have a better experience. And then also make sure that every section is filled out. If you have certain courses that you think are interesting and can help you in a job search, put them in the relevant courses section. If you have done a really great project for a class and you think that could help you in an interview, there's a place for you to upload that. So just fill out every section and make sure it's detailed. Because at the end of the day, sometimes like what makes the difference is that attention to detail and the effort that you put in to even just like an online profile.
And make sure you fill out your career interests section as well. I'll show you this tomorrow, but there's 3 main questions in the career interest section that actually drives employers to your profile. We'll also talk about privacy settings. If you've got your privacy setting to community, that's also going to help employers find you. Our next question is, are we able to meet with career advisors in person, or does it need to be done over Zoom? You want me to answer that? Okay. Unfortunately, it has to be done over Zoom right now, just because of COVID and safety measures. We are working remotely. If you're not comfortable in Zoom, though, you have the option of selecting a phone appointment, and we are happy to do a phone appointment if Zoom is just not your thing. Here's a really good question. What do you recommend for a profile picture?
I know at career, I know at some of the career fairs, they actually do have someone who can come in and take a professional picture for you. But if not, just like a plain background works fine with like your professional clothes on, and like make sure that your hair isn't messy and you look nice, and you can just have a friend like take a picture on your iPhone and upload that.
Definitely make sure like you're the only person in the photo as well. I know I've seen it on LinkedIn that they have multiple people, so I can't tell who it is. So definitely have like try to have a professional background as much as possible. Keep it to yourself. Like don't try to crop out someone either, because you can still notice that. Um, and I still don't have like a professional shot yet, but I will say that I just found a picture of myself with a really blank background and it worked perfectly. So.
In a post-COVID world, which we're getting closer, at our career fairs, we'll have a professional photographer come in, and you're able to get a free profile picture. That doesn't really solve your issue immediately, for right now, but in the future, as you want to continue to update that photo for each career fair, that service will be available to you.
I just saw a question. Uh, do you guys have any tips for freshmen looking for an internship this summer? I've noticed that most internships are for upperclassmen. Um, I definitely say I was lucky as a freshman to get an internship that summer, that following summer, and that was because I just kept applying. Sometimes I didn't mind that there was a restriction to the age or like class you're in. I just applied. Um, but if you're ever like interested in working for the federal government, I will say they have a pathways program that is more than willing to have kids from high school up to college and graduate school. So if you're ever interested in federal government work, I would say that's the best way to go. But I bet Liz and Jamie and Max have other like suggestions on like how to stand out as a freshman as well.
I would just suggest trying to find an on-campus job or just a job when you're home for the summer. Like, even if you aren't able to find an internship for the summer, like that doesn't mean like you can just like sit around. I think it's always like an opportunity to just grow as a professional, even if you don't have an internship. My first 2 summers in college, I didn't have one, but like I just was able to build up my work ethic, and that helped me to get internships later on. But like, just because you don't meet like all the uh the job description skills and like background and that kind of thing doesn't mean you can't apply. I would always like feel free to apply, and just like if you don't get the job, like don't feel deterred, just keep applying.
We have another question, and I think this applies to all of us. Any tips on getting rid of nerves during an interview, even when you are prepared?
I would say just keep practicing, and the more you get comfortable like speaking professionally, just like in front of like friends or family, or just talking like by yourself, even just like if you talk like while you're driving in the car, the more experience you have, eventually those nerves will subside. So just practice, practice, practice is what I would have to say.
I would also say if you've had like experience in the past, like practice talking to people about what you've done at work or like just casual conversations, and now making more comfortable understanding what your skills are. Because I feel like a lot of people don't understand what their skills are when they do like even jobs at like a movie theater or something like that. You have a lot of jobs that can be applied to like actual internships and post grad position. So definitely just keep talking about what you've done in the past, and like you'll get comfortable with what you've done. So that's what I have.
I would just
Um,
add, just try to turn the interview into a conversation. It's a two-way street, and you're interviewing them as much as they're interviewing you. So just like you can try to take the pressure off yourself a little bit and just turn it into a conversation. You'll just take the nerves off and like, yeah, just get to know that person, and you'll feel a lot easier if you're like, you kind of know their background a little bit and just know some things about them, because like you just don't want to feel all the pressure on yourself, and just try to turn that into a conversation.
Good employers who are a good fit for you will allow you some grace. Even if you take all those tips from all three of the mentors and you're still feeling nervous, keep in mind that a good employer will understand that, especially the first couple of questions, you are nervous. And it may be even okay for you to say, wow, I'm a little nervous. Once you break that ice, you'll notice that you'll start to get into it and the nerves will calm right down. So do give yourself a little grace as you're starting this process.
I also have a question. I don't know if any of you guys have some in the group chat, but one person asked, I'm curious how people get into positions on campus, because I've heard students working for professors before, like research opportunities and such. Um,
Do you want me to answer that?
yeah, because I'm not sure. I don't know what the research was.
Okay. Yeah, research positions, sometimes they're posted in Handshake as an on-campus job, but you're right, a lot of them aren't. So this is a matter of you networking and getting to know your faculty member just a little bit better. What you may start by doing, especially if they're teaching a subject that you're really interested in, is look at their profile on the UD website, because it usually lists what they're researching. And if this is something that you're interested in, one of the ways to approach them and have a conversation is, I noticed that you're doing ongoing research in X, Y, and Z. If you're looking for a research assistant, I would be available for up to 10 hours a week. That may not cause a job to become available right away, but you don't know that the next semester that faculty member won't remember that you expressed interest and offered your availability. It also would be good for you to follow up. So nothing happens that first semester, follow up with the faculty member the next semester and say, just want to reiterate that still really interested in this level of research. If you have any positions become available, I would love to do some work in your area. So that's you have to network and get to know your faculty a little bit more. So we've got 5 minutes left, and I know that the mentors have a survey. So why don't we go ahead and do that? Thanks for all the really good questions, folks.
Okay, so I just put the Google form in the chat. So this is how we will be taking attendance for the event. So make sure everyone fills that out. And if there's a question that you didn't get answered, there will be a comment section in the form, so you can ask that question in there.
Once you're done with that survey, you guys are free to go. Unless you have any questions, you guys can stay back and have a great night.